What do a 1970s rock star, a Toledo heavy metal legend, and Machine Gun Kelly's drummer all have in common?
Very good question. They're all part of the same local Ohio family. But for Johnny Capelletti, this story isn't just about music.
In fact, his biggest comeback happened off the stage. Photojournalist Joe Cromer shares his story.
Yeah, that was an old carryout. And it had a gas pump at one time. It was the only place out here with one gas pump. Kind of redid it and made it our own. It's still not where we want it to be, and it's kind of like recovery. I'm not where I want to be yet, but thank God I'm not where I used to be. My whole life I've been playing music, playing drums, and I'm blessed. You know, I get to play with anywhere from 10 to 15 musicians a week, and they're all super, super good. This is when I played with Ted Nugent right here in Lansing. That's my boy. Peter Frampton, Blue Oyster Cult, Taylor Swift. We got to play at Ford Field with Kenny Chesney, Gretchen Wilson, and Carrie Underwood all on the same day. That was really cool. One of my bands that I've been in since I was right out of high school is Damien. Damien just was over in Germany and played a festival over there about 6 months ago. My whole life prior to getting sober, I would drive $500 beaters, and wherever they died, I would have to wait till I could get another $500 beater, and it was just complete chaos all the time. Insanity. Just all those years of the destruction in my life, and it was going nowhere fast. When I was 19, I had sold to an undercover cop, and sold cocaine to an undercover cop, and the judge wanted to make an example out of me because the band was starting to get real famous, and we were just getting ready to shoot our first MTV video. And that judge sentenced me to 2 years in maximum security prison in Mansfield, Ohio. October 4th of 2002. So I got custody of my son, and I remember coming out of that courtroom thinking, okay, how am I going to raise a kid? You know, I really lived my life around music and partying, and my dad was an alcoholic, and it ran in our family on my dad's side, and it was just time. I watched my son sleep that day after court, and I'm thinking, okay, I got to raise a kid, and I just wanted him to have a chance at life. And I prayed that night, like, you know, if there's a God, either help me or take me. Ruby Starr was my aunt. That's my mom's sister. She was a rock star from the 70s who sang in Black Oak, Arkansas. And that's the original Black Oak, Arkansas, Jim Dandy to the Rescue Gold album. That's in my living room right there with my Aunt Ruby and my great-grandpa. Here she is with Don Dokken and some of her stage shots. That's her when she was in Connie and the Blue Beats when she was first starting at 16, 17 years old. My aunt was an extremely great singer and a great performer in an era where there wasn't a lot of female performers. She'd done so much. She was playing Janis Joplin in a stage show in Las Vegas when we found out she had a brain tumor. I don't feel like the world got to hear enough of her music. She had some extraordinary music. My son plays in Machine Gun Kelly. He's the drummer for Machine Gun Kelly, and they're on their Lost Americana tour. Great record. Watching your kids go through it is painful. He just had 2 years sober, and like I said, he's been touring with Machine Gun Kelly since he was 17, so it's like 14 years now. And they're bigger and better than ever, and he's playing better than ever. Because I felt hopeless for a lot of years. Now that I've done it for a long time, staying sober is kind of like, it comes natural, but I don't take it for granted. I still try to like share the message and share hope with other people.
Capelletti recently celebrated more than 2 decades of sobriety. Congrats to him. He continues to play music across Northwest Ohio and says sharing his story is just as important as any performance.
That was a really great story. Very awesome. And you can catch him behind the drums with Tom Petty Tribute Band, the Mad Hatters at the City of Oregon's fireworks celebration July 2nd at Oakshade Grove.